Hello, this is Math Models, Notes 5-1. We're talking about graphing lines on the calculator. So as we graph these lines on the calculator, this should be most of the review. It's all old hat. We're just going to be talking about how to use this instrument in case you've forgotten. So a couple different things is we have Zoom 6 and Zoom 8. So to show you on the actual calculator, Zoom is right here. It pops up a window that looks just like this. Now you can either scroll down to 6, or you can just type in the number 6 on your calculator. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you the standard window. That's the default window. If you reset your memory, this is what you're going to get. It increments by odd amounts so that the top of the screen is at 10 to negative 10. And it's negative 10 to negative 10 on both of these. We can see this by going to Window. Alright, so that's what a standard window gives you. Now the other option is Zoom 8. Okay, so we go back to Zoom, and again we can scroll down to 8 and hit Enter, or we can just type 8 on the calculator. Now this doesn't do anything until you hit Enter, and then you'll move. Okay? You have to hit Enter on this. Now this one is set up so that all you see are integers. And if we go to the window, it shows us some awkward numbers based on our pixels. So Zoom 6, Zoom 8, they're your friends. Let's go ahead and look at this. We have y equals 2x minus 8. Our m is the 2. Our the b, is our negative 8. So we put this into y equals 2x minus 8. Okay. Make sure you don't put this negative 8 like they've shown right here. This is actually wrong. Okay. We want to make sure that it's a good minus 8 so that when we graph it, it looks just like this. Looks like the picture here. Now this may be different depending on your window. If I do Zoom 6, it's going to graph it a little bit different than Zoom 8 Enter. Okay? So it may be a little bit different depending on your graph. And then you're going to trace. So the trace button is right here. We'll hit trace, and that will allow us to scoot along our line. Okay, and we use the left and right arrows to do that. Okay, Zoom 8 is good for this because it gives you only integers when you trace. Now to find our y-intercept, given a graph, we can use our trace and we look and see where x equals 0, our y-intercept. To find our x-intercept, we come over here, we try to figure out where y equals 0, and we write the x-coordinate down. Two of the solutions, well, I see 6, 4, just by moving my cursor, and I see 7, 6. Now we're going to graph this. So I'm going to graph my y-intercept at negative 8, my x-intercept at 4. Going to plot these other two lines at 6, 4, and 7, 6. Going to get a straight edge. Graph my line. And my line is graphed. Now it's important that you have at least 4 points on your line. because we've given 4. And I want to see your line go all the way across the graph, even if your points don't. That's how we can use the graphing calculator. Now, when equations are in standard form, ax plus by equals c, a is the number in front of x, which in this case is 1, because the invisible number is 1. B is the number in front of y, so that would be 3. And c is that last number. Notice I did not grab the x or the y, just the numbers. M is negative a over b, so that means negative 1 over 3. And that's as simple as it gets. And b is c over b. So it would be 9 over 3, which is 3. So y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. Now to find our x-intercept using this, well, let's go ahead and just use our calculator. So we come over here, we go to y equals. We clear out y1, we put the next number, negative 1 over 3x plus 3. We go to graph. We hit trace. When x is 0, y is 3. So that would be our y-intercept, 0, 3. And our x-intercept, when y is 0, x is 9. So 9, 0. We need 2 other solutions. Now I can use trace to figure these out, or I can go to the table. Second table. Well, I see 3, 2 is a good one. And I see that 6, 1 is a good one. Remember, I want to find points that I can actually plot on my graph. Let's go ahead and plot these. So 9, 0, 0, 3, 3, 2, and 6, 1. Go ahead and get my straight edge. Use a different straight edge this time. And draw your line. Simple as that. Now example 3 is a little bit easier. We're going to figure all this, then circle the points that match. So A would be 5, B would be 2, C would be 6. M, if we look back up here, is negative A over B. So it would be negative 5 over 2. That would be M. B is C over B. So that would be 6 over 2, which is 3. So y would be negative 5 over 2x plus 3. Now we want to see if these points fall on the line. We'll go ahead and go to y equals, clear this out, and put it in. It says y equals negative 5 over 2x plus 3. And instead of going to trace, we're going to just go directly to the table, and we're going to look at these different points. So I'm looking over at 7, and it is not 2. I can see 8 is negative 17, so it's not that one, but it is this one. As I go down, 4 is negative 7, so it is not that one. The next one I see will be negative 2, 8. I forgot 2. Negative 2. We have negative 4, 5, negative 4, negative 5, and negative 6. Well, negative 4 is 13. Negative 5 is not that. And negative 6 is 18, which means it's this one and not that one. So I've gone through all the points, and the ones that are circled I have found on the table, and those were my answers. So, really easy assignment. The thing that you may want to remember the most is this section right here. This section right here is the only math that you'll have to do. Might be easier than actually solving for y, or if you remember how to do that, you can use that method for finding m and b instead of this one. Hope you have a good afternoon, and good luck on your assignment.